Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you being here. If you've been here before, that's great. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, brilliant, welcome. I'm so glad you're here too, and I hope you stay to the end of the video. Now if you like what you see and you'd like to support me, please like the video down below and also subscribe. That would be great. So if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for me, that would be really lovely. Thank you. So if you don't know me, my name is Paula, otherwise known as Paula Beth. I'm a recent widow, and what I do on this channel, I talk about life and times of a recent widow over the age of 60 and what I'm doing to move forward and basically stay sane in a world that has moved on very, very quickly. I'm still here, and yeah, let's talk about things. So the thing I want to talk about today is hobbies for the over 60s and how important it is to have your own hobbies. So that it actually goes for all ages. So even school children, kids have hobbies. We want to keep them engaged. We want to keep them socialised. And that goes for us too. Over the age of 60, you need your hobbies, especially when you retire. Even if you're semi-retired, maybe you've got a part-time job, maybe you just work a couple of hours a week, or you volunteer somewhere, you still need your own hobbies. Even if you're married, and you've got a great relationship with your husband, wife or partner, you really do need hobbies. And that keeps your mind fresh. It gives you things to talk about with your partner. It's good. But today it's more about if you're on your own, especially if you've been widowed, if you're divorced as well, or you're just single, the importance of hobbies. So let's get straight in without any further ado. Now for me, I'll talk about my hobbies. What I do during the week, I go to a widows group once a fortnight, and I find that is great. It's widows and widowers, so it's both men and women who've lost a spouse or a partner. I find that very supportive and very beneficial. And sometimes it's not just me who's getting support from them, it's them who's getting support from me. So that's really nice. I enjoy that once a fortnight. The other thing I do, I go to a clay workshop. Again, that's once a fortnight. And I make little things out of clay. And then the teacher takes them away and fires them in a kiln. And then I come back 2 weeks later and I paint them. And then she takes it away again. And I think she fires it again in the kiln, I'm not sure. I think she does. And then you come back again and you've got your article, whatever it is you've made, it's being fired and it looks rather amazing actually. So that's nice, that feels like an achievement. Then I've also got an art class that I go to. I don't go to that as regularly, but I try to get there again once every 2 weeks, and that can either be watercolours, acrylic, or actual pencil drawing, which I do enjoy. I like that very much. So these are my hobbies. The other thing I do as a hobby is walking. So I tend to do that maybe once, maybe twice a week. They're my hobbies. And I must say, since my husband passed away, my hobbies have increased. I never did anything like this before because I had my husband and we did everything together. He did his gardening and I don't know, I didn't really do anything at all. I know that sounds awful, but I didn't need to do anything. But now, since he's passed away, I really do enjoy doing my hobbies. And for anyone on their own, I highly recommend finding a new hobby, especially over the age of 60, and if you are recently retired. And the reason for that is what can happen is we just retire and then we just sort of gradually go into this, what I call retirement drift. You just float along, drifting along, you get up late, you have breakfast late, you have a late lunch, you may go into town, have a coffee, you wander home, you make your tea, you watch a bit of telly, and then you go to bed. And suddenly you find 6 months have gone by, and that's all you've been doing. That is retirement drift. You're just drifting. There's no purpose in your life. You're not doing anything. You're not finding joy in anything. And that can very, very rapidly, a year has gone by, and you look back and think, what have I done this year? And you realise you haven't planned anything, you haven't been on holiday, maybe you haven't even been on a day out. We really need things to do, especially in retirement, and especially if you're on your own, if you're widowed, divorced, or just single. You need things to do. And this is where hobbies come into play in a really important way. They keep you engaged with other people. They give you structure to your life. So you may say, well, I've got a dance class on Tuesday. I have to be ready and go to my dance class. Or you may say, I play golf every morning on a Wednesday. Or you may say, I've got a knitting club on a Thursday morning. So these give you structure in your life. And I do recommend that you find hobbies. If you haven't got any, try different things. Go and try things. Sign up for a month for dance classes. If it's not for you, okay, try them. You don't have to come back, but give it a go. You may find you actually love it. Or try art classes. It's great, and I find with the art classes, it just helps you calm down. So you don't think about your worries, you're not thinking about what's going on in your life. All you're doing is concentrating on your nice piece of art that you're doing. And the thing is, you can't really make a mistake with art. If you're making something in clay and it goes wrong, for example, last week I made a seagull out of clay with chips in its mouth, and it looked really cute. And the other members of the class came over to my table and said, oh, we love your seagull looks great. And while they were admiring my lovely seagull, his beak fell off. His beak with the chips in it fell off, splat. I couldn't believe it. And then another lady said, it's okay, we can repair him. And she mixed some clay with water, made a paste, and glued his beak back on, complete with chips in his beak. There we go. Crisis averted. The seagull with the chips in his mouth was okay. So it's such great fun, and you're not thinking about your problems. You go for a walk, it's free. You're just walking along, enjoying the weather, whatever it may be. It's great. Or if you play golf, I don't personally play golf, but I know a lot of people who love it. Do it. Or start something new that you've never done before. Maybe you've always wanted to, have a trampoline session. Go and try it. If there's a trampoline nearby, have a go. You know, if you enjoy eating out, but you feel like, well, I've got no one to go with, you know, I'm on my own, join a dining club. If you look on social media, especially Facebook, there are lots of clubs, lots of groups, friendship groups. A lot of them go out for meals. Why not try it? But what I suggest is that you be consistent with your hobbies. So don't just do them once and then never go back to them. Try and be consistent with them for at least 6 weeks. And I think that will give you a good insight as to whether or not it's for you. So tell me, do you have any hobbies? What do you like doing? Put it in the comments below, because I'm always looking for new hobbies to do, you know, and the great thing is you meet more people. You actually meet people who you gel with, and maybe you meet them outside of the group, you know, and you become friends with them, which is really nice. And, you know, all people are looking for at the end of the day is a little bit of support and a little bit of company. That's all we're looking for, most of us. We're not looking for anything major. We just want pleasant company. And if we can give someone else a bit of support, that's nice. And if they can give us a little bit of support back, that's nice too. So again, I highly recommend finding new hobbies. Give them a go. But don't just try them for a week or two, even if it's just your local knit and natter. Give it a go. Give it at least 6 weeks. If it's a dance class you've signed up for, try it for 6 weeks. Don't just go for one class and then say, oh, I don't like this, I can't dance, this is awful. No, you probably won't be able to dance after one class. Give it 6 weeks in a beginner's class. See how you go. Then you can make your mind up. So I've found these things very beneficial. I'm also looking at new hobbies. I don't know quite what just yet, but I do know what I can't do, and I don't want to do it. So I don't knit, I don't crochet. It's not for me. So you'll know what's not for you, but you'll also know what you're drawn to. And that could be, you may decide, I want to volunteer, you know, 1 day a week. That will give you structure in your life, and you're giving something back to the community in your retirement. So if that's what you fancy, give it a go. But you don't have to volunteer, you know. So let me know what you're doing. What hobbies do you do in your retirement that keep you going, that keep your mind active and your body too? Let me know down below. Okay, so for now, I'll sign off. If you're still here, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. I do appreciate you being here. Please like and comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.